Hey everybody, day 70 of No Poker. Turtlegate happened today, which is really just the turtle survived the entire night in the backyard. We got up this morning and noticed said turtle was still in the backyard, so I figured it was probably my duty to go out there and pick him up and drag him back across the street to the pond, which was fun. It was also a trip for the whole family. Everybody came out. My wife videotaped it. Maybe we'll put that out on social media at some point, but we'll see what happens. I think the quote of the day goes to my daughter Quinn, who after we put the turtle down at like the bank, we were kind of watching to see what he was gonna do, and he popped his head out and started scooting down towards the pond. And Quinn mentioned, boy, that turtle walks really slow. I thought, yeah, she hit that one right on the head. Earlier today too, I saw two bunnies. So apparently my backyard has become like the sanctuary for animals in general, which I think is weird. As people kind of stay indoors more often, it feels like the animals are coming out and apparently hanging out in my backyard. So if you're an animal, please stay out of my backyard. I don't want to have to pick things up and bring them back across to the little preserve across the street. In poker news, not really poker news, but more gambling news, the Illinois state legislature went ahead and approved a casino in Chicago city limits. So I know there's always been thoughts of having it at Mix Field or the old post office over 290, kind of where the Eisenhower ends. Not quite sure where they're gonna decide to put it, but it did pass, so it is pretty well sure that it's going to happen. So we'll see how kind of, what they decide to do, if it's gonna have a bunch of table games. I don't know if another casino is the exact answer, but I do see it as a problem why Chicago would let people from Chicago drive across the border into Indiana to give them the tax dollars, but we'll see what happens. There's already a lot of casinos in and around this area, and it seems like one more, I don't know how much they're gonna, I don't know. We'll have to see how that one goes. But it did pass, so that is interesting to say the very least. Other than that, what else do we have going on today? We talked about the turtle, we talked about casinos. It's day 70, which is pretty crazy. Oh, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning had a charity golf match, which I was very excited for, and then once I watched it, it's kind of like watching four random guys play golf, even though it's Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, arguably the two best golfers of this generation. Besides the fact that I learned that Phil Mickelson is going to be 50 in like 3 weeks, which is crazy to think about, that he's still as good as he is. But yeah, it wasn't great to watch. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's nice to see average guys play, but Tom Brady might be the best quarterback of all time, and that's not the argument I'm putting out here, but he is arguably one of the best quarterbacks in a very difficult sport, maybe one of the most athletic sports. And as far as golf goes, he is awful. Awful. Other golfers are putting out on Twitter like, I'll give $100,000 to charity if Brady could make a par on the front nine. He didn't. He was all over the place. Then he bends over after he holds out from 150 yards and splits his pants. And then Charles Barkley was one of the commentators. He's like, well, it looks like Brady's put on his rain pants. Oh, it rained the entire time as well. It was just kind of lackadaisical. It's just like watching four guys play a practice round. It's not really the most exciting thing in the world, but they raise a lot of money for charity, and it's for a good cause, so that is always nice. And it is still nice to watch live sports on TV, even if it's not really live. I mean, it's live, but it's not like it's great television. It was good television, considering we have nothing else to watch except like Russian ping pong and badminton. And another funny quote, so that was my golf story. Another funny quote from Facebook was that somebody said I should buy a turtle at PetSmart and then race them in the backyard and put it out there, which I thought was really good, and I was very disappointed that I had read that after I returned the turtle back to the pond. So maybe this week we'll buy another couple of turtles and see how they do, or maybe a turtle and a bunny and literally do something along that round. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. It's day 70, no poker. We'll run out of stuff to do. See you guys tomorrow, day 71. Bye.